This is a GK Media podcast.
This podcast is part of the GK Media Studios Creators Network, helping people tell their stories. Become a storyteller today and learn about our podcaster network at gkmediastudios.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wellth Talks with myself, Garry Kelly, and the legendary Niall Leyden. And Niall, we were chatting on the phone for about an hour last night, catching up on life and everything wonderful. And we were trying to figure out what would be a good theme or conversation to focus on for today's episode.
I'm glad you thought it was all wonderful and brilliant and grand. I was in a different space when you rang me, 9:15, looking at emails, doing everything.
I was doing emails as well.
Yeah, I was doing everything I said I wouldn't do, but there you go.
Yeah.
Phone rings, GK.
Well,
podcast.
I've learned lately, because I'm not an early bird. So again, you say you don't get up early all the time. You're up at 5 o'clock this morning, sitting on a beach on a deck chair with the dog.
Well, I was up at 5. I went there at 6. It was a beautiful morning. I had to get out.
But I've learned that I'm 100% not an early bird, but I'm a late bird, if there's such a thing. I'm an owl.
Yeah.
I'll work through the night, but I just can't do the early mornings. But anyways, we're chatting and we were speaking then about Gerry Hussey and his wife Miriam as well, and this thing of the 900 months, and it raised hairs on the back of my neck when I heard it.
I mean, Gerry Hussey, you know what he does, himself and Miriam, brilliant books. Galway man. I have yet to attend. He does a couple of these presentations and gigs. He worked very closely with a friend of mine there, Larissa, that owns Canor. They were in Crow Park there recently, and I mean, he's just an extraordinary guy. What a wonderful story. But he talks in his books and in some of his podcasts, he talks very passionately about this whole concept of 900 months. And I know when I heard that for the first time, it really I had to let it sit with me for a little while. So, as you well know, I'm 50 next year. So,
right, I didn't know there was actually 20 years between us.
Well, there you go. 50 next year for my sins, and think I'm 20 still. But I was chatting to Mark, as you know, he's
Your son, yeah.
Yeah, so he's 14. He's finished his first year there in secondary school in Salt Hill, and we're enjoying a bit of fun. Early mornings now, we go into a Duco, we do our 20-minute workout on a quick swim, and he's not too happy with me banging on the door at 6 or half 6 and him off school. But we were just chatting coming back from Silver Strand. We went into Barna, he got us a bit of breakfast, I was having a cup of tea, and I was just kind of saying, I'm doing a chat with Garry again around Wellth Talks, and he was kind of saying, well, what are you going to talk about? And I was just reading this Gerry Hussey book at the moment, so I said, Mark, what about the 900 months? So, and he's very good at maths. So he said, yeah, so look at your 50, so you have 600 kind of gone, Dad, haven't you? And I says, yeah, well, thanks for
So this is the thing, generally in life, we have 900 months to live.
Yeah, correct.
And you were saying to me last night, as you're heading towards 50, 600 months are gone?
Not gone, banked,
yeah.
No matter which way you look at it. I mean, if you're ticking it off in a calendar, it's, so yeah, so I have 600 gone, thanks for...
Putting it so bluntly.
Yeah, that just sounds wonderful on a Friday. You're just taking the air cleaner. Can we move on to something else? No one's talking about this. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, so look at, I will shortly.
But it's scary when you actually get stats like that. That's what I'm saying. It raised the hairs on the back of my neck, because I made me so aware of this whole thing of the clock is ticking. Sands of time are dissenting.
And I go back to, what I share with our clients around life is not a dress rehearsal. Precious time is slipping away. We're all busy.
Yes.
You're just dealing with anything and everything from when you get up to you get home, 7 days a week working for yourself, whether it's with accountants and solicitors and clients and follow-up and it's the never-ending story. And don't get me wrong, I love it, you love it, it's our passion, it's our purpose, it's our calling. But I was laughing at Mark. I mean, talk about, what does Pádraig O'Malley often say when you're looking for a little bit of encouragement? Ring the guys that'll, inject some energy into the conversation. So Mark went on to say, well, look, that means that you probably have 300 left. I said, that's a fair comment. You don't need an A in honours maths to figure that one out with life expectancy. So we got chatting about it on the way home, and we kind of broke it down into, and this is kind of it's probably an antidote. It's something that people will have talked about lots before, including Gerry Hussey. But if you think about it, I'm going to probably work for, I'd have said a good bit more than 100 months. Mark disagreed. So we'll just for the for the avoidance of doubt say, so if we're working for 100 months and we sleep for 100 months, that leaves us with 100 months for moments and memories and family and, the stuff that really matters, the real wealth, because the real wealth is time. And what sometimes frustrates me and you and us and lots of people is we think that time is just, we plan and God smiles. only this week I shared with you there offline, confidentially, just some of the conversations I've had with people
that are young and sick.
They're young and they're sick. I mean, stuff does happen, and
we keep thinking that we have this abundance of time, and we keep kicking the ball or the bucket. Is it the ball down the road or the bucket?
It's ball or bucket.
Kick whatever you want down the road, but the point is stop kicking it.
Yeah,
because we don't have this abundance of time. We keep planning. We'll do things in 20, 30, 40 years, and it's like.
But it's so true, Garry. I mean, I'd always bring it back to the
the can. It's the can.
It's the can, isn't it? And I'm in personality types, so we do a lot of personality profiling if we're on board and say a new business or a client, and it's all referrals from referrals. But I always kind of just goes back to the old Dad's 6P rule: perfect prior preparation prevents poor performance. So knowing and understanding and appreciating whomever is coming to talk to you about business, you need to know their story, their history, their background, their business, their family, what they like, what they don't like. And I mean, but this whole time piece, it's just, but this if, but, when trap.
Yeah.
So the people we're dealing with, they're busy, they're entrepreneurial, they're working in businesses, on businesses, they're employing people, they're busy. And it's time. And then something happens. And then, it's a bit like you going on holidays. You were saying about the 2-week holiday, and what was the part you most look forward to? The end?
It's the build-up. It's the anticipation. It's it's knowing you're going to be going away and switching off. But even that whole thing of time, like, I was very aware last year when we went to the same resort in Ibiza, we hardly got out of it because the children loved the kids club so much and the entertainment, and the hotel is fabulous and they do a brilliant job there. And when we came back, I was saying, okay, this time we got to get out of the hotel more. I felt like I was nearly kidnapped, held at ransom with this kids club. But then as the days went on in there and I saw the joy of the children just hanging out at the pool, going into the kids club, doing the different activities, the entertainment shows, I really, really realized that, like my eldest daughter, Erin, now is soon going to be 12. I might only have 6 or 7 more summer holidays with her.
Yeah.
Before she wants to do her own thing with her own friends when she's like 18, 19.
Are you trying to get me emotional about all of this?
No, but
but you're right. I know, sorry, 100%. And Garry,
it really did hit home that sometimes we're not even appreciating the present that we're in, the health we have, the memories we're creating right now.
Yeah.
That sometimes we're always thinking that down the road things will get better or whatever, rather than just appreciating what we have right now, having that gratitude. Making the most of it and realizing that not everything is forever, whether you're going through a hard time or a good time, not everything is forever.
Yeah.
But just appreciate when you are going through the good times. And yeah, fair enough. I may want to get out of the hotel and not be in the kids club for 10 days or in the swimming pool. I want to go to the beach one of the days or visit the town or go on a tour or get a ferry to Formentera. These are all the things where I'm saying it'd be great to do. But the reality is there's only so many summer holidays we as a family are actually going to get spent together, and then those moments are gone, and then it's the missus and myself sitting in a hotel drinking a coffee for 20, 30 years afterwards, reminiscing about that little window of time we had with the kids. Do you know?
I absolutely, I so empathise because I think for us both and for all of our listeners, family is 1, 2 and 3, isn't it? I mean, you talk about the past, you talk about the present, you talk about the future, and people are so, and myself, guilty as charged or guilty as sin, reminiscing on the past and all of the mistakes and the heartache and what I could have done and should have done and might have done, and then thinking too much about the future. And then it takes maybe a Mark or a Michelle or in certain instances yourself or a client to say, hold on a second. It's like being in a client meeting. I, for years, would have had a phone beeping or looking at different emails and not being where your feet are and not being present. That's just we were at a couple of meetings this week. Myself and Connie were on the road meeting businesses all over the country, and phones are left in the car. I mean, you're just there and you're just dialed in and switched on and listening. Be interested as opposed to being interesting.
Yes, yes.
But I love what you just said there, Garry, about just being present, because I look at mom and dad. You talk about your kids. So dad, he won't thank me for saying it, but dad's 74 and mom is 75. So they're down in Salt Hill now for the weekend for 3 nights there. And as dad said, he was walking the prom there this morning. He just said, Niall, this is, in a word, spectacular. He loves walking. Mom is back at the hotel. They're in the 4th row of the sea view. But I was just chatting to the kids about, we're going to try and get wrapped up early this evening, get into them at 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock and just enjoy time. And, how many more? Will we have 10 more, 12 more, 15 more? It's just, it's enjoying it. And Mom saying, live, love, laugh. That's a great mantra.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's all so consuming. And, we talked in a previous podcast there around, mental health and being present and anxiety and in business. I was feeling it this week. I mean, it was just in a good way because we're just
full on. Yeah.
In other words, you get back from a trip and it's full tilt. So, I mean, TikTok, do it now.
Yeah,
the time is now.
Exactly. And as we were saying, like we've met people over the last couple of weeks who of different ages in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s that time isn't on their side now, that they've, been given diagnosis of illnesses they haven't been expecting. But just if there's something you really want to do for yourself or for your family, whatever it is, if it's a good thing, start making it happen.
Make it happen. Mark Twain once famously says, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did.
True.
Brenda gives out to me, I've read a couple of times the regrets of the dying. I mean, but they're not saying I should have worked harder, I should have worked longer. I mean, the memories and the moments with the kids. We talked about Joe Schmidt. That's something that is just something that has always stayed with me about, what do I say about myself, to myself when I'm by myself? And you'd be self-critical saying, I should be at home, I should be at the game, I shouldn't be in Dublin, I should be in, so it's time is here, the time is now.
Yeah.
We're blessed, we're fortunate, there's so many opportunities, we have good friends, good family, good clients. Let's enjoy it. We live every day and die once.
Brilliant.
What film was that in?
I don't know.
Every day and die once.
I don't know. But you did. You sent an email to me during the week, and I had said it to you, and it was the last line you said in the email, and I literally bounced out of bed when I read it because I was like, yeah, Carpe Diem. Like I'm going to seize today and make the most of it because it's so true. We do live every day. We die once, so make the most of every day and
get busy living or get busy dying.
Yeah. And with it being a Friday, if people are listening to it today, being a Friday, you're heading into the weekend. You can plan ahead for next week and so on. Make the most of what you've just listened to.
And reach out. Pick up the phone. It's something I got a little bit better at. There's always someone needs a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very simple, it's a 5-minute phone call. We've all got phone calls when we needed them. So, if I was to, one tip or one trick or one ask to the listeners is, pick up the phone. The school friends are the best friends. Looking forward to reuniting with a gang of my Summer Hill Sligo buddies now in the next couple of weeks. And be where your feet are.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thanks a million, Niall.
Brilliant. Good to see you again, Garry.
Cheers. Thanks again for listening. And if you are enjoying the podcast, please do share it with a friend, recommend it, send us a review, follow us online. Atlantic Wealth Management is Niall's company. GK Media, Garry Talks are our own company here in Galway City. But look, the main thing is we want to, if you're finding what we talk about helpful, beneficial, we would just love for you to spread that, to tell other people about it, to hopefully help them as well. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week.